basically how Jericho is. Jericho meaning the place where the android deviants of the society, the system constructs, go to. To me, this game really speaks about that, the system constructs. So, how society is kind of run, kind of goes, the popular norms, popular opinions, that kind of stuff, And even the stuff that's new. It's built in the same system constructs, so, until you take out the system constructs, you're going to have the same weight of extremes in there. No matter how much you pile on new things that may be more inclusive, it may not actually bring about anything to where an extent of the rest won't act superior. Ah, yes. Got one. Got two. There's one more. Stage 5 clinger. That's me. I am that. So let's cling on in this storyline with Markus. With Markus at the helm. Since it's more quiet now, I'll talk about the game overall. To me, Markus is like the antithesis of what people think is a rebel. I don't think he is a rebel, really. I think he's someone who is constructing his life. And it kind of is built in that capacity where it's like... he's kind of building his whole access and evolution in life. That's why it's so... in a lot of ways, the way this game plays is showing you exactly what you'd expect for what society would think. Like, you're building based on the arc of your life. So you're doing things like this. You're doing things where you're just slowly walking around or something. It sounds ridiculous, but if you think about it, this is what humans would expect. There's a deepness to this story, but there's also a narrative that's built on what life, will give you in certain aspects and then won't give you in other aspects. So you'll make mistakes. My mistakes, large and in charge. Being human is one of them. And that's my fault of being human, as with most people. But I think it comes into thinking how somebody like Jeff Goldblum, just giving an example of someone who didn't find a relationship until much later in life, kind of had his freedom, did his thing, and felt that way about it till he found, hey, you know what, I could have a relationship, I could get something more, I guess more valuable in the effort I could bring to that relationship or something. Maybe he couldn't earlier. Maybe there was no, and this is what Markus is doing. Maybe finally there's a accomplishment to be made, Everything happens for a reason. Well, maybe it's also in the aspect of when it happens. The capability of one thing, for example, even if I'm able to understand my inner works and my within and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't mean anything if I can't explain that and express that in a way where someone else can, and that's not any put down to anybody. That literally is saying basically, well, maybe there are some people who just don't got that yet, so it's hard to explain and express something that wouldn't have that same value to somebody, I guess you could say. And maybe that wouldn't have the same value to someone else. It's like, oh, you understand yourself? So what? Which I think, I mean, I never said it out of trying to lather up myself and say something good, you know, or be like prideful, egotistical or something. In fact, I think the one thing I've done overall is just be like prideful and egotistical when I'm joking around about being prideful and egotistical. Here we are. That's what I do enjoy about the character, like a character like Markus, is that you develop whether he's going to have that ego or whether he's going to have that pride. What's he going to do in his lifetime? Well, this is the beginnings of it. I hope there's more to this series, but I hope there's more than just one game. But you know, you can't really expect that out of the horizons of things. You know, I think one thing I've learned through playing all three of these characters, Kara, Connor, and Markus, is that both is that all three of them have different initiatives in general, and sometimes their initiatives aren't built on their own. And I think that's a good point of entry. Like, you don't have to have all the answers right away. You don't even have to have the idea of knowing what to do next. Sometimes it's best to be able to say, hey, you know, maybe I could do something here a little different. You know, and that's what is offered in these three different characters, is that Markus is more the rebel, I guess you could say, but not really. He's someone who's just developing to be himself. It's like a baby. Like, to me, this whole portion of the game is about a baby walking around on Earth. It's an adult, but think about it, this android is not a deviant, really. They're not turning against any masters because they don't even know what masters are. And if you tell that difference, you're like, oh, maybe there is some truth to that statement and sentiment, and I don't know. And there are things we're going to mess up on, and like Markus here, which I think he's a prime example of someone who's just messing up on things. That's what I love about the character, the arc of his, more than not. Like, Connor seems more like a person who just does things in perpetuity, which is great too. But there's going to be different ways people get through life. And, you know, you get that nice shot right there. But you get, hold on one sec, I thought I heard something. Oh, I gotta hook up my phone, I forgot. Excuse me for just one moment. You know, but that's how all this stuff is to me. It all means different things to the kind of person I am, so. And it all means different things to what's going to happen next for me, you know. Because I think a lot of what is created in this is like assumptions, you know, my own too. I think I can be very indifferent, but also very subject to my own expression and judgments, which is completely fine, as long as I'm not trying to herald it as an extreme sort of, which is hard to do when everything else is built on extremes. So, like I said, the system construct. So let's see, where is this all leading to? Wait a minute, this door opens, huh? No, it doesn't. Read on the run, read. No. Well, let's see where this leads now. See, I don't think that jump scare actually worked that time, so... Because they're androids, like, it doesn't... I think they're adding an effect that isn't really there, or isn't really necessary, I guess you could say. Because it doesn't do much to say about the characters there. Here we go.
Welcome to Jericho.
Yep. Let me see the flowchart for this one. The nest. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, this one. This one's way too long. Do I want to keep playing it or nah? Well, I can play it for a little bit.
Plastic with you?
Hey. How you doing? Hey, listen, I got a shit hot tip for you. Number 5. chasing me.
That shit had to get. Send me back to next wages.
Come on, this is different. It's 100% guaranteed. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, right. All right, I'm in.
Damn straight. Hey, you won't regret this.
What is your problem? Don't you ever do as you're told? Look, you don't have to follow me around like a poodle.
I'm sorry for my behavior back at the police station. I didn't mean to be unpleasant.
Oh, wow. You've even got a brown-nosing apology program. As if CyberLife thought everything, huh?
Why is it? It's not letting me check it.
Here you go. Ah, thanks, Gary. I'm starving.
I'll leave that thing here.
Huh, not a chance. Follows me everywhere. See?
Let's see. Frank would think, warn Hank about cholesterol.
This Pedro, he was proposing illegal gambling. Am I right?
Yeah.
And you made a bet.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, talk to Hank. Be frank with Hank. Warn Hank about cholesterol. Habit. Free meal. Area.
You seem to know everyone in the district.
Detroit's my home, born and raised. Know most of the guys around here. Went to school with them, or I busted them. Sometimes both.
About Connor. Hank and androids. Deviants.
Is there anything you'd like to know about me?
Hell no. Well, yeah. Why do they make you look so goofy and give you that weird voice?
CyberLife androids are designed to work harmoniously with humans. Both my appearance and voice were specifically designed to facilitate my integration.
Well, they fucked up.
Can I ask you a personal question, Lieutenant? Why do you hate androids so much?
I have my reasons.
Maybe I should tell you what we know about deviants.
You read my mind. Proceed.
We believe that a mutation occurs in the software of some androids, which can lead to them emulating a human emotion.
In English, please.
They don't really feel emotions. They just get overwhelmed by irrational instructions.
Sounds
which
about
can
right.
lead to unpredictable behavior.
Hey, that sounds like me. Not an android, though. Not an android. I'm real. I'm a real boy.
Androids are as different from us as we thought.
Yep.
You ever dealt with deviants before?
A few months back, A deviant was threatening to jump off the roof with a little girl. I managed to save her.
So I guess you've done all your homework, right? Know everything there is to know about me?
I know you graduated top of your class. You made a name for yourself in several cases. You became the youngest lieutenant in Detroit. I also know you've received several disciplinary warnings in recent years, and you spend a lot of time in bars.
So what's your conclusion?
Sincere psychological cord. I want sincere psychological occult.
I'm focused on the case, Lieutenant. Not here to make judgments.
Why did he put me down for that?
I just got a report of the suspected deviant. It's a few blocks away. We should go have a look. I'll let you finish your meal. I'll be in the car if you need me.
Hey, Connor. You run out of batteries or what?
I'm sorry. I was making a report to CyberLife.
Well, do you plan on staying in the elevator?
No. I'm coming.
Hey, what do we know about this guy?
Not much. Just that a neighbor reported that he heard strange noises coming from this floor. Nobody's supposed to be living here, but the neighbor said he saw a man hiding an LED under his cap.
Oh, Christ, if we have to investigate every time somebody hears a strange noise, we're gonna need more cops. Hey, were you really making a report back there in the elevator? Just by closing your eyes?
Correct.
Shit. Wish I could do that.
Anybody home? Open up, Detroit police!
Stay behind me.
Got it.
What the fuck is this? Gee. Jesus, this place stinks. Well, looks like we came for nothing. Our man's gone.
RT. Probably initials.
He put his initials in his jacket? That's something your mom does when you're in first grade.
The driver's license is fake.
Cool. At least we didn't come for nothing.
Its LED is in the sink.
Not surprised it was an android. No human could live with all these fucking visions.
Any idea what it means?
RA9. Written 2,471 times. It's the same sign Ortiz's android wrote on the shower wall. Why are they obsessed with this sign?
Looks like mazes or something.
Jesus, I hate these things!
Okay, that's it. Got nothing else for this one. What I can tell you is Markus and hold on. What I can tell you is Markus and Connor are working on similar goals, but in different ways and completely different storylines. So you gotta take it as such and be okay with that. That's really all I can say about it.